Why am I running for president of the United States? I'm running because he's let us down. He has let us down because he's unwilling. He's unwilling to take responsibility for any of the mistakes that were made, any of the faults that he has, and any of the things that he's done. And that is not leadership, everybody. That is a failure of leadership. And you can boo all you want. But here's the thing. Our faith teaches us that people have to take responsibility for what they do.
Is that what the good book says? I guess not in the matters of the audience there. Now, Governor Chris Christie should have known the audience. That's politics 101. Know your audience. The mega cult was not about to let Chris Christie get away with talking about, harshly criticizing their number one man, and that is none other than President Donald J. Trump. Now, President Trump took the stage, and you know what his response was. Take a look.
Were your other candidates treated this way? I don't know. Actually, I saw one who was thrown off the stage.
Oh shoot! You want to talk about petty, and the petty prize goes to the champ of petty himself, Donald J. Trump. I mean, you gotta chuckle a little bit. You gonna walk out there and say, Jackson, was any of the other candidates treated this way? I don't know. One of them got booed off the stage.
For real, and the thing that kills me is Donald Trump, if he would have just made the decision to drop out of the 2016 race and let Hillary win, then he could have continued everything on. He could have built his network. He would have been just as popular, just minus all the presidential scandals, minus the indictments and the impeachments and whatever.
Minus all those little things.
So those little things that don't matter. Who cares about those? But yeah, I mean, the guy, he's definitely funny. And another thing, Chris Christie wanted to say much worse than that. He wanted to tell them all for sure. But Chris Christie, I think the way he's and he said this himself, the way that he's branding his campaign is a prosecution against Trump's second term. So he's not really branding it like he wants to win. So I mean, if he just spreads that message everywhere he goes, then that's what he's gonna do.
Oh, he gotta spread it in places where people might be a little open to it, but you don't walk into the enemy's camp.
Right.
Talk trash about the enemy, because you're gonna get exactly what you got. Now, needless to say that it was bold for Christie to do what he did, probably pointless, but we got to give it to him. It was bold. Let's take a look at the recent polling that shows how President Donald J. Trump is just blowing every other GOP primary candidate out of the water as of today. Now, we do know that polls are snapshots in time, but we're just giving it to you as it exists right now. And if it is difficult for you to read this graph, currently Trump sits at 52.5%. In terms of the question, if the election were held, who would you vote for today? It's Donald J. Trump at the top, and Governor Chris Christie at a whopping 2.2%, baby. I mean, it's like night and day between those two candidates. Again, I said bold, probably was pointless.
Ineffective, but you gotta hand him, he's a brave guy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hand it to him.
Yeah, I'm handing it to him, Jackson. I said he was bold, probably wasn't wise, but it was definitely bold. Going all up into the lion's den like the way that he did.